Okay, good morning, everyone. Okay, so as usual, all right, today it's Friday, our product knowledge linked with our DXN products. Okay, so today we're going to talk about something very, very awesome and very hot topic. This is about the fact. Know the truth about fact. Okay, y'all can see at the back of me. Know the truth about fact. Okay, before going into the program, okay, my name is Dr. Firdaus. I'm 8 years doing health and dietary food reversal program and coaching. Okay, the back support of this program is DXN. Okay, we are running the DXN platform as a source of food, because our food is no longer safe on this earth. Whatever we are eating is practically every single bite that we are doing is killing us. All right. So today, this program will be having a live translation in 2 extra language. I'm doing it in English. So my co-host, Madam Parimalam, is doing in Tamil, and Ms. Cho is doing in Myanmar, and Mr. Nixon, my co-host, will be taking care of all the messages and question and answer. For the FAQ, the question and answer session, please use the Q&A session to put in your questions. For the chatting, the normal usual chatting, put in the chat bot. So if you put any questions in the chat bot, we may miss out, because there's a lot of people are logging in. There'll be more than 100. So high chances for us to miss out the questions if we put it in the chat bot. Okay, so use the Q&A sessions to put. If you want to ask any question, if you want to raise it in terms of voice, please put your hands up, then we will unmute you so you can ask the question. That will be later. While the program is going on, if you want to ask any question, you may use the Q&A button to submit your question. That will be much, much better. So no chances that we will miss your question. All right. So let's get ready. Get all your coffees and everything ready. My tea as well. My interpreters, you all are ready with your tea and your coffee. Because after that, you all will be only looking at me, and then you may not get your coffee. Awesome oolong tea. Okay, let's go in. Okay. We're going to talk about the truth about fat. Okay. Fat is something that people are so scared of, because this is something that they will not touch, because they have a strong belief that it will cause a lot of damage. You see, it's very interesting, because we're going to talk about the lies and the truth. Whenever we're going to talk about a lie, wow, it's going to be very interesting. Okay? You see, everyone wants to be truthful. Okay, everyone wants the truth, but no one wants to be honest. This is the biggest issue here. Okay, this is the hypothesis of fact. Okay, let's see. The whole scenario here, if you were to see, this is the whole hypothesis in terms of fat. When you take a lot of fat, what will happen is you will have, this is the bad fat. Okay. When you take this bad fat or bad diet, which is very high fatty food or cholesterol and all this, too much, okay, too much cholesterol and saturated fat will lead you to, first, straight you can go down, it will lead you to cardiac issue, okay, coronary heart disease. This is the hypothesis. And this is people's belief that claiming that it will cause a lot of problem in heart. Okay. And high blood pressure. Okay. High blood cholesterol. And this is what will happen due to fat. Due to fat. And then when you are taking too bad diet, too much of cholesterol, that will lead you to their belief, okay, that will lead you to high cholesterol, and then it will lead you to atherosclerosis. Okay, this is the belief. And the atherosclerosis will lead you to any coronary heart disease, CHD, okay, which can be a heart block, can be related to stroke, and so on. This is the strong belief that society has now. All right. That is where, whenever we ask people to take fat, and they are so worried about this. Okay. Now you can see here, this is the atherosclerosis. Okay. The plaques where it is formed in the body here. Okay. You can see. Okay. This is the arteries. This is the plaque is formed in between. This is not formed here. Okay, it is formed here. It's in between the wall of your artery. It is formed here. Okay. So what happens is this is due to the fat intake. This is what people believe. Okay. And you can see this is the heart arteries, and this is the normal artery, and this is where the plaques has been blocked, either been developed, which will come here. Okay, in between the here, right? And then that will cause a big block here. This is what people believe. Okay, what will happen. But how far is this true? How far is this true? Okay, this is what we're going to note. Is this a false statement or it is true? You see that not many areas or not many places that you can have or get this info on the fact. If you were to Google, you'll get the wrong answer because Google don't know the truth. It will give you what is in the database. The database has been modified since 1915. Okay, the whole myth of issue on the fat has been modified since 1915. So how many years until now? Okay, see, that is few hundred years. Let's see and let's find out whether this is true or not. You see, Journal of American Medical Association, we call it, we known as JAMA. Okay, JAMA, JAMA. Okay, the Journal of the American Medical Association. This is a very, very highly reputable magazine. This magazine is 1957. In this 1957, they did a hypothesis, the research here. What it says here is, I will enlarge this for you. Okay, you can see here. You see, let me see this. Okay, you can see here the simplest and proper and most easily obtained diet. This is the method of high diet, high protein, high fat, low carb. Okay, hydrate diet is one that will produce the most rapid loss of weight without hunger, weakness, lethargy. You can see that this is in 1957. It's been done a research, and this doctor has proved this, and which is submitted in 1957's Journal of American Medical Association. This is what we are doing now, okay, in our diversity program. Okay, this is what we're doing now. Okay, very simple. This is our actual method of diet. The humans will be eating like this, a lot of fat, very low carbohydrates, very, very low carbohydrates, okay? And no good amount of fat. And the protein source always comes with the meat source. And this is what we have been taking. But down the line, the whole thing has been changed. It's been modified. So many things has come across, okay? Okay. See, the excess weight, okay, what happens become the medical problem, increasing the importance. Okay, excess weight has become the medical problem, okay, of increasing the importance in the recent years. Okay, this is the biggest problem. We can see people who is thin nowadays. Everyone is really obese. Okay, has become the main medical problem, increasing the importance. This has been due to the gradual awareness of public influence. It's been influenced too much. Okay? The medical professional has no time to educate the public. We doctors actually should be educating the public, giving them the right information. But what happens when the doctor themselves get hijacked or get been influenced by all this medical research, statistically modified data, as manipulated the true information which we have now is everything. And this is started in the years of 1950. Okay. The simplest, okay, most easily obtain high protein, high fat diet. This is the truth. Okay, high protein, this is our diet, and high fat. High fat, remember it, that high fat, low carbohydrate diet, and that will produce most rapid weight loss. And this is what people as called as ketone. Actually, this is not ketone diet. You see, there are a lot of misconception with ketone diets. And ketone diet is quite dangerous when you were to follow. We in the hospital, we get a lot of cases, a lot of other issues they come across when they start to do serious ketone diet. Okay, there also be patients that lead to cardiac arrest, cardiac issues, high blood pressures, and so on with drastic ketone diet. Okay, I also will explain to you on this. In case if I miss out, please highlight or remind me to explain further on the ketone diet. What is the lagging part or missing part in the keto diet? A lot of people ask me in my programs, are you doing keto diet? Is this called ketone diet? Even one or two as ketone diet, keto diet. Yeah, keto diet. Okay. They even opt out from the program because anyway, our program is not a paid program, it's a free program. But still people think they can do it on their own. They go out and start to do, they follow the ketone diet. and they cause a lot of damages to their health. Okay, so it is not the same. Okay, don't think that. Stay until end of this session, then you might find out. The meat eating fat makes you fat. This is what people believe. Eating fat makes you fat. But this is totally fake information, the false information, I could say. Okay. Okay. Let's see how this whole information got into people's, they were able to convince, the humans to follow this. What really happened down the road? They came out with a study called Ansel Key. Okay, Ansel Key study. Let's see. Who's this Ansel Key? Okay, the only survey they controlled, in 1955, if not mistaken, 1955, they have given, they have employed the United States, the US government has employed this gentleman. His name is Ansel Key, to conduct this training, this survey. Okay, the only survey to control cholesterol is to reduce fat in US diet from 40%. From 40%. Okay, this is what they did to control 40%. Okay, to 15%. Okay, they asked them to drop this. Okay, the total calories and cut saturated fat. Okay, if you were to Google, what are the most dangerous fat? The answer from the Google will be saturated fat. You got to get this. It will say saturated fat is the bad fat. Okay, from 18 to 4% of the total calories. Okay, this. The American eat too much fat, and most of the saturated, which damages the artery and leads to the coronary artery. This is proven by Dr. Ansel Key. And what is Dr. Ansel Key's qualification, who the United States has appointed him? He has a BA in economics, and he has a PhD in fish physiology. Okay, it's non-medical person. The Ansel Key diet heart hypothesis, as what has happened, how they modified this. Okay, the cholesterol level predicted heart disease. This is what is been explained by him. The amount of saturated fat in the diet is predicted cholesterol level. Monosaturated fat protected against heart disease. This is what. How did, yeah. No, both my windows can see. How come you cannot see? Wait, no, I'll come to that part. Yeah, please translate based on my, what I'm saying. Okay, don't see the screen so much, because after this, I'll shrink the screen back. If you need any assistance, do let me know. Okay, see the monosaturated fat, and this is the theory proven, to them. Okay, so here, if you see, if you were to see, you see, this is the statistic data, which is been submitted. Okay, this is the submitted one. the so-called OK one, and this is the original one. Okay, you see all the marks here with the blue, this is also data. So normally this is what they do in any medical data collection for their people disease. In their hypothesis, what they do, they will vomit whatever irrelevant data which is not favorable to them, and they will make it favorable to them. But nobody is going to know about this. Only the person who is doing it and who is involved. So this is the data which has been altered, okay, in 1955. And they have taken out all the countries where they are consuming very high fat. Okay, so it's totally changed the scenario where they modified the entire data for their favor. Okay, this is what Ansel Keys did. And he also has managed to convince the doctors, the medical people, and until today, nobody has spoken about this. But there are a lot of doctors who lately, for past 10 years, they are one by one done their own research and coming out of. Okay, let's go this more further and we see. Very interesting. So the fact here is the data science fails very badly. Okay? Fake news, fake data, and this is what as people has really come across. So what will happen to the public? They feed fear to them, fear of eating fat. You see, the medical industry, one side of it that is very dark, another side of it is very bright and very helpful. But the business, when it comes into the business, and that is where all these things happen. We can't blame the doctors. This is in our hand. We got to take it. So when people start to have the fear of eating fat, and for since 1950 to until now, the fear is still there. I can see, even in my coaching, it takes about 50 days for them to have the confidence, to have the trust on eating fat. And once they discover the true benefit of it, then they really go, wow. Everything is about profit. Okay? Profit is the main. Okay? Then the big question comes, what should I eat? What is next? And where? So this is where, when the question arises, what should I eat? They came out with a pyramid, food pyramid. This is the 1992 US food pyramid. Everything which is bad is being kept higher, and everything which is bad has kept low. Okay, let's go through this food chart. You will see here. Okay, you see. Okay, the meat, the fat, dairy stuffs and all, it is missing. And then they also, put on the milk and all these things. And then here is all the sports activities, okay, and vegetables, breads, okay. They ask people to eat more. And also they have olive oil, okay, and all this. And also grains. You can see there's so many grains here. So this is also this here. And then the meat and all. So practically, they're encouraging people to take a lot of monosaturated, and so many other things. But the saturated fat has a bad name here. Okay? And this is the improved version of the US FDA, USDA food pyramid, which is proposed for 2025, which is they encourage kids and students and everyone to go for this kind of food. This is going to be the future dieting system, so which will be driving more sick people to this world. In fact, this is already happening. That is why we can see there are so many medical issues, renal failures, and all kind of complication is taking place. Okay? The Association of American Corporation for Freedom of Choice of Food. They call it as freedom of choice of food. So those who have toddlers, kids at home, you should be aware. Burger King, all this stuff, sickness in that. This is what kids' food are. And this is what is being survived. Okay? So the guide of different types of fat. I will explain to you a little on what are the guidelines. Look here. The saturated fat, okay, it's meat, poultry, coconut, tropical plants, oil, seed, egg, butter, and so many things. All this comes under saturated fat. Monosaturated fat is olive oil, nuts, and so on. Polyunsaturated fat is omega-3 and omega. It's manufactured vegetable oil. This is one of the main reasons we are having a lot of cardiac arrest here due to imbalances of omega-3 and omega-6 and omega-9. This is one of the major problems. Okay. Because soybean oil, peanut oil, sunflower seed oil. For the people who do their own cooking and who cannot cook without oil, they always are into any one of these kind. Then comes the trans fat, margarine, baked product, chips, reheated vegetable oil. This is very highly consumed oil at this point of time, in this century. Why? They always hide all these facts of information and what are the good oil and what are the bad oil here. So the good one here, always get the beautiful good name, is monosaturated and polysaturated fat. This is what they claim to be very good. Saturated fat is the bad one. If you go to the Google and you put the damages done by saturated fat, you can have blah, 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 a big list. Or even you put the type of fat which is good, you will have monosaturated or polyunsaturated fat. Then you also have the ugly part here is hydrogenated oil, which is trans fat. So the entire range of cookies, the entire range of biscuits, and all this comes under trans fat. Okay? And this is why I always put a restriction on my patients and my people who follow the program. There is no cookies, there is no breads, and all this processed food. This is extremely dangerous and it's very, very damageable. Okay? Which is hydrogenated oil. So remember, the monounsaturated, I'll just go through a glance here. Okay, monounsaturated fat is the olive and the nuts. So good, they call it. Then what is the one next? Polyunsaturated fat is all the omega stuffs. Okay, so whichever is good become bad, and the bad became good. And also this is all been proven and approved by FDA. And also given heart some love. All right, given heart some love, and this is also is put there. Okay, it is so dangerous. All right. Okay. All the cooking oils. This is one of the most dangerous food that people are consuming at this point of time. Okay. Then goes to the science. Okay, with the fake information. This is convinced people to believe that is bad for health. Okay, this is the part here. Okay, people believe the fat is really bad and they shouldn't be eating this, and this will cause a lot of damage to them. How carbohydrate becomes so good food? Okay, you see, in 1977, okay, 1977, the McGower report, okay, that's been published, Dietary Goals of USDA. This is one paper they published to prove, okay, this is also a data which has been manipulated and that has everything changed. The Center of Science in Public Interest also has come out with fatty vegetable oil and omega-6, and this in all animal studies. And USDA food pyramid encourage the propagation that fat is bad, carbo is good. And this is roughly in the 1920s, 1915 to 1920s, agriculture kicked in as well. So that is where they had a lot of demands for seeds and also cotton seeds, and so many seeds came to the market. And this is where they start to manipulate this. And 2010 dietary guidelines also make people believe recommendation was saturated fat should be less than 7% of daily calorie intake. So people, once again, the doctors also believed, the people also believed, okay? Therefore, a massive increase in carbo has gone up. Okay, a massive increase as carbo gone up and intake occurred. That's all these coronary heart disease continue to until today. Everybody just dropping death due to coronary artery blockage. I personally has lost a couple of my good friends due to this issue. Okay, so you see the population with BMI increased by 30%. The highest is USA, and then it goes down. I think maybe this statistic has to be a little old. That's why Malaysia is missing from there. Or the Malaysian in India, if you put, I think maybe they'll come around here. Malaysia is always the top 5, if I'm not mistaken. In Asia, we are the number 1. Malaysia bully. Okay, let's go into this. Okay, we all time to think. Okay, let's think. Whether the statistic, my reference point is always our great grandfathers. Okay, animals don't get heart disease. Remote tribes such as Maasai in Tanzania, the Arctic, occur inland, and Aboriginal tribes like in Malaysia and Orang Aslis, they never come with all these issues of health issues. I've never admitted any single Orang Asli in the hospital or even dengue. And they are the one who sleeps out there without any protection of the mosquitoes. Okay? The mosquitoes love them, I guess, because they're giving them a lot of blood, feeding them. All right. Okay, they consume more than 60% dietary fat. This is lowest heart problem. Breast milk has 54% saturated fat. This is God's creation. No people has altered breast milk. Breast milk is manufactured by God. Okay, everyone believes in God, but manufacturing, they do not believe in the creation. Okay, you see, 54% of saturated fat in the breast milk. What is the argument here? We all, the human is 2.5 years old. Okay, evolution technology. Okay, we have evolved for 2.5 million years, and what we have is a gene of 2.5 million years, which lived and survived with fat. And now we are trying to teach the body that carbo is better than fat. Okay, even a lot of places I've heard, even the gym trainers ask their patients to, their trainees, their clients to go and eat some sugar because need some energy. This is totally wrong mindset. Okay? Hunter-gatherers, men had fatty animals. We came from here, and where else can we go? The cholesterol less than 150, okay, significantly reduce the risk of heart disease. Okay, the Journal of Medical and Medical Association, 30 years of follow-up, okay, a fragmented study. Okay, no correlation between high cholesterol and mortality, but the correlation between low cholesterol and mortality is there. Okay, got to remember, a lot of people has asked even this question: I have high cholesterol. Is it okay to eat fat? You get the high cholesterol is due to the intake of carbohydrates that cause you cholesterol. When you take fat, it will reduce your fat. Okay, so you can see that the correlation between high cholesterol, okay, and there is no relationship with the mortality. Okay. The CVD death rate increased 14% for every 1 gram of dropped in cholesterol. Okay. This is where the past 100 years, okay, 535% increased in usage of vegetable oil. Okay. Vast increase. 1,150% increased in sugar intake. 83% decrease in saturated fat. 200% increase in chicken intake. And even there's one point of time in 1960s, it was coming out with a lot of studies and convincing the public from red meat jump to white meat. They have an understanding that red meat is so dangerous compared to white meat. And that is why, because they want the chicken to start moving. And even now, the largest consumption of the chicken, the demand is so high. And that is the worst meat ever we could have on our chicken. Okay? 200%. 30% decrease in red meat. And this has really brought a lot of heart disease and so many other diseases along with this. So if you want to save ourselves, from all these dangerous disease, definitely we got to alter our food intake. So where is the mistake? You see, when you have these carbohydrates too high, okay, and what will happen is when you have very low saturated fat, okay, and this is where the insulin, okay, will also rise up along with it. Insulin. Then the liver, once this is done, and it will start to store fats into the liver and the trans fat into visceral fat into the stomach. Okay, let's call it this. Fat will go into the stomach, the belly here. Okay, this is where it also will start to flood the pancreas. Okay, your BHP, testosterone. Okay, this is blood pressure. Okay, high blood pressure, testosterone, and will start to drop. This is why now every single man, mostly, okay, I would say like 70 or 80% have erectile dysfunctions, has many issues on testosterone related issues. And the growth hormone will start to drop as well. So this is also a very alarming condition. Yeah, pancreas produce more insulin to convert the carbohydrates and the sugar. Okay, yeah. So you all clear on this part? No, huh? Okay, let me explain this in a little detail a bit. This is very important also. Okay. What happens when, let me get the yellow one, yeah. Blue. Okay. When you eat a lot of carbohydrates, okay, what happens is your carbohydrate shoots up, okay? The pancreas will produce a lot of insulin. This is to convert all these carbohydrates into fat, okay? The little bit of glycogen will be stored in the liver, but that is about 150 grams, 120 to 150 grams, but it's not much. We are eating too many times, 4 to 5 times, and that will really drive a lot of carbo to the body, okay? And very low fat. We have very low saturated fat, okay? So this is so dangerous. When you're giving too much of carbo, your insulin will come rushing out to convert this liver. This all will go into, okay? This will convert into fat. Where is this fat going to be stored? Now, that is the most important. It also will store into the pancreas. It will have a sluggish, bulky pancreas. It will also cause hypertension. It will weaken your arteries, irresistible arteries, resistant blood thickness, and all these issues will come along the arteries. It also will reduce your testosterone production level. Your growth hormones will start to deplete down, and your nitrate oxide also will be affected here. You see, this is due to low fat, high carbon. This is what happens. And this is phase 1. What is phase 2? It will lead you to metabolic syndrome. The metabolic syndrome is insulin resistant, visceral obesity, hypertension, high triglyceride, low HD. So all this is very high risk and very high signage for opening the gateway for any disease. You see how much of damages happens when you drop the cholesterol, drop the fat, the good fat, and you're spiking up your carbohydrates too much. Okay, so let's go and see how does the DXN VCO helps you. Okay, see, I'm going to take you through very basic of information on DXN VCO, virgin coconut oil, because this topic is a very big, solid topic. We should discuss this another day. Okay, so cut things short, we'll take this very easy. Okay, see, this organic virgin coconut oil, okay, is healthy oil on the earth. This is our real great grandfathers, okay, were using this as our only source of oil, which is coconut oil. Okay, the natural and powerful combination of Ganoderma organic with the combination of coconut oil. Okay, the power of Ganoderma. Ganoderma is king of herb and has more than 450 active elements, which is no any other plants has that, and untoxin. You can eat any amount you want. Even water can cause a toxin. Vegetables can cause toxins. Any other food can cause toxin, but not Ganoderma. Okay, it's highly therapeutic food. And there is also a very huge topic on Ganoderma. Maybe we'll do it another day. This is a little info. For more info, you may go and Google all the information on Ganoderma. Online you have, that is good information. There is a little information wrong, though been published in about Ganoderma. Okay, if you need any cross-reference on any information which is very suspicious, you could be able to contact me or to verify the information, or if you don't have any other sources. Okay, the production process involved in cutting-edge technology, the DXN blending Ganoderma oil. Okay, this is so powerful. Okay, and there is 3 methods of taking oil out of plants or seeds. One is cold press and expeller process. Another one is solvent extraction, where they use chemical based. Okay, so here if you see the coconut, fresh method. Okay, let me just explain this. Okay, you see the cold press is the most safest. Okay, because they control the temperature. The temperature has been controlled, I think below 49 degrees or something. Okay, to save all the nutrients from the the oil. Okay, and expeller is where they use a lot of heat techniques and so on, and solvent they use chemicals to extract. So this is also not that safe. Okay, but out in the market they have many different types of oil. Okay, which has been manufactured. Okay, end of the day, what is more important for the manufacturers and for the sellers is tolerance sign. Okay. So if you see here, okay, this is the virgin coconut oil. Is made from fresh, DXN is fresh coconut, okay, not from the copra. It's not from the copra. Okay, it is a fresh method. Okay, and there is no any kind of funny taste, it is used by cold process, okay, and non-hydrogenated, no chemicals been used, okay, it is free chemical, okay, no any other unwanted substance been added, okay, unnatural substance, nothing has been added there, okay, and also it is unrefined, unbleached, and non-deodorized. They don't have any fragrance here. Okay. The food industry is so high tech. They have a lot of fragrance now. They can put anything to make smells like what they want. Okay. But here they don't do all this. That's why some people, they do not understand this part. They take the virgin coconut oil, smell it, and they say, why less coconut smell? Okay, and our coconut BCO, the smell is there. There is a coconut smell, but it is a little bit like fermentation smell, because the process where it transforms into the cold press, compressed, the oil, and then in the fermentation part, it vomits out the oil. This is the process where the fermentation extraction is where the beautiful part happens. Okay, so that is why people, ask, this the reason why the smell is not so coconut and not very thick, and the DXN coconut oil is very light, very like watery a bit. Okay. And you see the component here, okay, it has 12 grams of saturated fat, and it has a very minute, okay, unsaturated fat, which is solved by our movement and all. Okay, that is very small amount, but very high saturated fat, which is super good for the brain, for so many things. And carbohydrates, protein, none. Okay? And you have very high calorie energy. And this energy is so superb, and your body will love this energy. That is why a lot of people, after drinking our VCO for the breakfast with 2 eggs or 4 eggs, they feel like, wow. And I also implement walking after this coconut oil. They all come back and say, oh, how can I do this? Before this, I hardly can walk 2,000 steps or 3,000, but I've done like 8,000. The one who can do 5,000 regularly can easily do 10,000. Okay, there are even some guys, their wives has to call them, hey, come back. You want to walk and get out of the country or what? They walk and walk and walk with joy. There's so much of energy in them, okay? Due to the calories. Okay, you see, the DXN is free from cholesterol, okay, and trans fat is very minute, okay, and the essential fatty acid has uric acid, capric acid, and capric acid. Okay, it strengthens immune system, improves cardiovascular system. This is great. This is an awesome information for cardiovascular. Okay, this is proven. If you go to Kerala, Sri Lanka, especially Kerala, the mortality of cardiac arrest is so low. But now even there they are picking. Why? They believe science more. A lot of unsophisticated people are coming up, you see. So this is the problem. And also it comes with a lot of other antioxidant cells and so many things. Yeah. Okay, let's go into this, a little bit of this acids here. See? This time, okay. Okay, rich in essential fatty acids. Okay. This treats viral. It's very good for viral infection. Okay. This is best for viral infection, any sort of virus, HIV, whatever, SARS, COVID, and anything. Even you can use this VCO as a repellent for that hand, body, skin, and that is also can be done. Okay, and the percentage is 48%, very high. One of the highest in the food industry has been recorded. Okay, uric acid is 48% in coconut. Okay, in DXN we have 48. Okay, and then this capric acid, this is more for, this is a fatty acid, okay, saturated fatty acid. And this is 5.2 something percentage, okay? And what this does is, it is actually antibacterial and antivirus, okay? And this is the fella who does a lot of beautiful part in the colon, okay? This is the fella, yeah. Okay, and this capric acid, the percentage is 5 point something, I can't really, 5.12 something percentage. And what this one does is it breaks the mineral oil into our body. Okay, and so much super benefits we have. Take a look at the coconut oil. The coconut oil that you love, you spend so much of money, and where does that come? That comes here. Okay, that is here. Here. Okay. Palm oil is good, coconut oil is good. Always the coconut is the best here. Okay. But what to do? People believe the science so much. Okay. This is not really looked at. Okay. And used with cautious, peanut, all these things. But this is what people are on now. Okay. People are taking this too much. Okay. This one. Okay, this fella. Okay, so no argument, no any things to say about this. This fact has proven in many ways the oil which you are using, the cooking oil, whatever oil that you are using now, other than coconut oil, which is totally useless and it's very dangerous. It's best for a cardiac arrest. Okay, and this is the fact. So there's only two good forms of oil that you can use. One is the coconut oil, another one is the ghee. But apparently now even the cows don't get grass and they cannot go independently out there to feed themselves. So ghee is also another question mark. So come back to our best given is coconut oil will be the best source. So you can use DXN coconut oil for cooking, but I really don't recommend that. Okay, I rather drink it than cooking. Okay, why? I want to save that. You see, I'm a person who walks my talk. I've done this for myself, and this is me before, and now you can see totally. This is my transformation. Okay, this is now. Okay, this is me. All right. What happens? I increase my weight and then I transformed back. I go on. I personally eat around 2 to 3 kg fat per week. This is my fat intake. And I go for a lot of soups and I don't eat too much of meat, but I eat average amount of fat. All my cookings comes with animal fat. I melt them, I keep them with me in the fridge. Then I use them for my frying and all the other usage. And also another person who done this with me when I was doing it, Mr. Nixon, and he has even lost almost 20 kilo now. Okay, this is the old data. This 10. This happens in about like 2 months, 2.5 months. And now he has transformed a lot. And this is another great leader. Okay, from 82 to 70, even now more. I think now 60 something. And all of them are enjoying the VCO and also the other rest of the products. And all the cookings comes with a lot of fat, very, very low amount of carbohydrates. One of the most dangerous carbohydrates in Malaysia, what we have is our rice. This rice is no longer safe for you. This is also another person, and she has also lost quite a lot. This is another madam, and she has very uncontrolled diabetic, and diabetic was extremely high, and she also has control and managed now free of medication, just not only any medications, entirely the whole system has been reversed, medicine free. Wellness, health is our birthright. We are born with it. So down the drain, along the way, we have damaged it in many ways. So you definitely can reverse this. There's another awesome gentleman. Okay. He has lost 22 kilo in 50 days. He is totally enjoying the amount of fat, the excellent products, spirulina, and everything. And he reversed the whole thing, and also is diabetic, lot of many more issues, every skin problem, blah, blah, blah. And same goes to her, 13.5, and same goes to the teacher here, also 11. And all these people are even losing more. You see? And this is another gentleman, there's another madam here, and she has lost even more with, and this is a video. Oh, I didn't know this is a video, I thought it's a
வணக்கம், என் பேர் அண்ணம்மா. எனக்கு இனிப்பு நீர், பிரஷர், ஓவர் வெயிட் பிரச்சனை இருந்தது. இனிப்பு நீர் 10 வருஷமா இருந்தது. நான் மருந்து எடுத்தேன், இன்சுலின் போட்டேன். இப்போ ஒபசிட்டி டயபெட்டிஸ் குரூப்ல கலந்துக்கிட்டு நான் ஃபுல்லா இனிப்பை ரிவர்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டேன். இப்போ நான் ரொம்ப ஹெல்த்தியாகவும் சந்தோஷமாகவும் இருக்கேன். அதோடு மட்டும் இல்லாமல் எனக்கு 16 கிலோ எனக்கு வெயிட் லாஸ் பண்ணியிருக்குது. என்ன?
Okay, to cut things short, 16 kilos she has lost. She was a diabetic, was taking insulin, now all gone. Yes, due to good amount of fat intake, no carbohydrates. Believe, carbohydrates is a killer for us ourselves. Okay, so conclusion of the talk. We come to the end before you go to the Q&A session. I've given much information, a lot of information, in a very basic and very simple way. But I believe that with all the facts and the facts and figures we've given here, I believe that you understand how important fat is into our diet and how bad is carbohydrates in our life. So play minimum carbohydrates, take a good amount of fat. That is the whole idea. Let's go into the Q&A session. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for your humble hearing. Yes, Mr. Nixon, any questions?
Yes, sir. There is questions. I got 4 questions here. Okay. The first question is from Myanmar, Na Kin Wei, and he asking about what will be the disadvantage of aspilit medicine for the COVID patient who use it forever?
Okay. I don't know why does the COVID patient are taking medication for long term. Okay, maybe there is some reasons for this behind it, but we got to remember one thing: medicine is a good invention or whatever, but it has to be temporary. Why certain people need to take medication until the end or a long term or until they die? They cannot stop because you has made your body to become very weak. It needs a support system. Okay. If you can reverse the condition, change your lifestyle, and rebuild back the entire system, you definitely can leave all this medication. Human system is not like your tire, your car tire. No. Car tire, they cannot regrow back. Once you buy, you can drive a car, brand new car tire for a year plus. So that you it'll worn off, you have to change. But our hair grow, our nail grow, our skin grow. Our tissue can grow for 120 days, and every 120 days, new cells are reborn. Okay, so you need to have a quality life. That is why DXN is so important to support the new upcoming cells. The DXN products here are not to repair your disease. It is not to cure your condition or not to cure your disease. It will support the system. It will back up the entire human system, and it will give the sources of nutrition for the new cells to produce good quality cells so that you will have a good system. After a period of time, you can see your body has totally transformed. So you can stop all your medication. There is not a must that you can stop. When you go back to the hospitals, they see your condition is so good, you have improved a lot, they will stop. I've never seen any doctors who say that you must take medication when your pressure is low. They only will ask you to take pressure medication when your pressure is high. If they talk to take your reading, everybody say 110 or 70. They're not going to disturb you. They're not going to scold you or anything. They only get very worried if the pressure is high. So it's your responsibility to bring that to the condition where it belongs to. Okay, so it's very safe. You can do it with all this guidance. Thank you. Next question.
Okay, I think already answered the question. So now we have from Mr. Warren. He asking 3 questions here. So let me read the question. First question will be, what about the fat from the butter? Can I eat the butter every day? The first question. The second question is the non-vegetarian, what type of the meat can we eat for fat? And how should we cook the meat? And the third question will be, in a diabesity, they are taking 3 times PCO, morning, evening, and night. Is it worried that is too much?
You see, for the first question, what is the first question?
Butter.
Butter is not safe. Why? Butter you can buy for RM1, you can buy for a few hundred ringgits. So to get a good quality butter, that's a very big question mark. Labelings, there is a technique. For selling purpose, marketing purpose, they have spoiled the entire chain system. So we don't trust any butter out there in the market. Okay. So if you can do your own butter, okay, but that is okay, but still the sources where you want to do the butter, you need to get the fat, that is a big question mark. So the VCO, it will be much, better choice. Why? It is proof it is safe, and due to the ISO certification in the lab and all, they will not come out any product for profit oriented. No, it will be a good one. So that is a better choice. Okay. So what meat can you take? Okay. Source out a good quality meat, which is fresh. Don't consume too much of meat. What we need is the fat. Okay, remember, you need a lot of fat in a daily basis. Okay, if you're going to fry an egg, you're going to grill an egg, that's just one chunk of meat. You can make a lot of soup techniques. So the soups, when you add the fat into the soup will become more nutritional. And then with this spirulina, with this PCO, and all that, you can really fill up your stomach. Okay. So night, go to bed early. Try to eat early as well. So taking VCO 3 times a day, it is extremely safe. Okay. What I do, sometimes when I'm hungry in the night, I'll just boil egg and I'll put the VCO and I'll eat with that. Okay. I may put a little bit of 1 or 2 sliced chilies, okay, just for the spicy, a very, very couple of little ones, okay, or even I may add black pepper. Okay, we also have black pepper in the accent, so I may just sprinkle that and then mix it and eat at night. At times also I add into microwave. I sprinkle the microwave on the egg with this one, just a little couple of drops of vinaigrette. Also we have DHC. You see, DHM products is not a medication. It is a mole of food, healthy food. So have all this in your shelf. So add a little when there is a need for it. The assurity is a good quality stuff. That's all. But whereby we also have to market for all this outside. But I can't trust the sellers. That is the big question. That is my worries. Everything tends to be look good, but the results is not how it's supposed to be. So that's where we get stuck. Damage already done, and it's too hard to reverse. So I have to be sure I'm giving the best of the best of the best to my body. Okay, that's my answer for Mr. Watson, sir.
Okay, sir. Another question is in Burmese language. I think we need help from Madam Cho. Yeah.
Okay, once it's so small amount, what I would recommend is at least, the question is 1 teaspoon of PCO a day. 1 teaspoon is not even 10 ml. It is approximately 5 point something, make it 5 ml. 5 ml is like throwing salt in the sea. Okay, it is too small. So VCO will never kill you. Drink 40 to 50 ml per day. Okay, so that is my suggestion for that person. Okay.
Okay, doctor.
Yeah, for per day, they can take 40 to 50 ml. So if they're going to, 40 to 50 in one day. So they want to split this into 5 meals. So they can take even like 20, 20, 20, or at one go, they can have it in one meal. No problem. Yeah.
Okay, doctor. Another question from Dr. Puvan. Is VCO suitable for those who are suffering from fatty liver for the long time? Can the children under 6 take VCO daily?
Yes, VCO is very highly recommended for fatty liver. At least for first week, even can give up to 100 ml. And the subsequent week, drop it to 50 ml. Then continue with 50 ml. At the same time, cut all the carbohydrates. Definitely you can see a result within a week or 2. Fatty liver is something, non-alcoholic fatty liver syndrome is a large, huge problem nowadays in medical. Why? Everyone is taking too much of sugar and carbohydrates, especially kids. Okay. So for kids, 2 ways you can come to this problem. One is give them a lot of spirulina, about 20 to 30 to 40 spirulina a day, and make sure they are very active. Then give them VCO, put that into their food and all these things. It will definitely help. For a 5-year-old kid, very safe to take DX and VCO.
Okay.
Next question.
The next question will be from Madam Cho, please.
Okay. 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 There is 2 questions. One by Madam Parimalam. What are the age of the infants can take VCO? Okay. Actually, you see now, even the infants are in very high carbohydrates diet because the young parents are not believing in our real food. Their lack of mother's milk. They are also trying to speed up the process of feeding them very early age. And they also feed them rice when they comes like 3 months, 4 months and all. They're trying to speed up the process. So you can, if you want to feed them VCO, when they're already ready to eat, say in the month of 8 or 7 or something, you can add a little bit of VCO into their porridge and then mix and you give. Even for a little infant, if you were to give this coconut oil is the only oil it is digestible in the mouth, in our saliva. Okay? The only oil can digest before it enters the stomach. So it's very safe. But actually, if you see another way around, but there is no need for the parents to give a 1 day or 2 days infant, but the mother may need it to put around her breast, to massage the breast, and also to put around the nipples. Sometimes baby may be very hard on the nipple, can cause damages or injury. So the best oil for that mother is VCO. So, but when the baby is going to drink the milk, if the VCO is in the breast, no harm at all. And also, sometimes the baby may have a lot of milk deposition in the tongue or the upper palate. So what we do, we put the VCO in a towel or in our finger, we try to scrub, or yes, scrub it out. We do that. And it can apply on the lips, for nappy rash, and even sometimes you need to use as an enema for babies who cannot go to toilet to induce. Now, all this can be used as very safe. Okay. And for Miss Cho's question, Miss Cho, what was your question? High carbohydrates diet. Okay. Anything which is sugar is carbohydrates. It will come in the carbohydrates. Rice is the biggest carbohydrates. The rice what we have now, it is not the rice we had 50 years back. So the 50 years rice, which you take 1 bowl or 1 plate, now even like 2 spoons can be that much of calorie. Remember, so that doubled power. So when you're eating 1 bowl of rice, it's like eating 5 bowls of rice 50 years back. It is so high of starch, kanji, very high starch. Especially the rice in Malaysia is so tasty. Even the Bangladeshis like the rice in Malaysia. They say it's so nice. What is so nice about it is the sugar. That is where the diabetes brothers and sisters, when they eat the rice, they check 15, 20, 25. But how can you stop eating rice? Sought out for one of the best rice in the market. Keep trying which suits you. And these are the carbohydrates hidden. Potatoes, all the potatoes. Okay. And these are the main things: potato noodles, noodles and yellow noodles, things, and also transparent noodles, white noodles, yeah, and all this. But keep it low as possible. Okay.
Okay, doctor. Another one more question says, what should I have instead of rice to get the good resistance?
Instead of rice.
Yeah, to get a good resistance. Yes, I not understand resistance.
Okay. I'll tell you, replacement of rice. You can go for multigrain rice. They also have some lot of black rice and all, but you got to keep trying which is best for you. Okay, trial and error. Or you even go for basmati. Basmati, take just one bowl. Even brown rice is not so safe.
Yes.
It is equally bad, lot of starch. Okay. I always switch my rice and then I see, what is the difference like. We can know within a week or two. Okay. So if you find the rice is bad, reduce the quantity. Okay. Add with coconut. Okay. Grated coconut. That will be good. And increase your microveggie, BCO, and all this will help you. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, doctor. From Vasandan Kartegesu is asking about what is the difference between weight loss and fat loss?
Okay. You see, both are very almost the same. You see, some people when they're very fat, okay, obesity, there can be too much of fat hanging here and there. So eventually they will lose and lose and lose and lose. And after losing, they're already thin, but still the body is losing weight. Now this is another issue. They always come and ask, doctor, I'm already 48, but I'm still losing. And I said, okay, let it be. And then after 2 weeks, they will say, doctor, now I'm 46. So, people will start giving me comments that I'm looking very haggard. I don't look good and this and that. Okay. You see, the body will not make you lose from 48 to 35 because you're walking, because you're eating. No. People are making you worried. The society out there. They will keep giving you all the bad comments. That in the societies, that's their work, that is their job. Okay, negativity societies, they always will not give you any good remarks. Okay, when you look so awesome, so elegant, fantastic, none of them will give you any remarks. They will not even say, "Hey, today you look so good." No, the moment a little bit, they will come and tell you, "You look bad. This haircut don't suit you. This color doesn't match you. This is not for you." So this is the decision that makes them become worried. Okay. So fat loss can be internal fat that the other lost, like internal visceral fat, the organ fats. There's so many fats internally which you cannot see. So that is what will start to lose in the last period of the episode. So that is the first fat which is accumulated around the pancreas, surrounding the heart, surrounding your colons, the small intestines and large intestines. So all the internal fats, that will start to lose as well. So that is the kgs they will be always counting on. Oh my God, I'm losing more. Oh my God. Once the body is trained to burn fat, it will continuously start to burn fat because the body knows that you're not going to give any carbo. For past 60 to 90 days, you already train your system to burn fat because you never give any carbohydrates from outside. So ketogenesis is taking place and you start to take all the fats and burn it. It will continuously burn. The moment the carbohydrates goes a little bit there, it will reduce the usage of the fat internally. They will use the fat. The carbohydrates come in first, then it will continuously taking the fat again. Okay. So if you take a lot of carbohydrates for 10 days, then permanently you will stop taking the fat again. Why? You are giving too much of carbohydrates. And then the question is, oh, stop. I have extra stock here. Okay, put it back, take this, put this also together with that stock. Whatever goes in first, that is the last one will come. Remember, okay? So when you're losing weight, that is a good lost internal fat. Burn everything. Then build the muscles. Be more sexier and elegant. Okay. Next question.
Okay, doctor. Is it our VCO can be used as air oil?
Oh, yes, definitely. Hair oil for face cleansing, everything is good. Internal and external. Yeah.
Okay. This question must read by Madam Cho.
What itchy?
Itchiness.
Itchy what? Scalp? The head? Dandruff. Dandruff. Okay, dandruff. Okay. Oh, it's in the head. Yes. Okay, yeah. For whatever, it can be patches. It can be like a ringworm. It can be urticaria. It can be anything related to skin problem. For entire skin problems, PCO is the best. It can be in the head. It can be anywhere in the body. PCO is the best. It works as an antibacterial, antiviral. Awesome. Just apply every day, it'll go off. Okay.
Okay, doctor. The last question from the chat box is from Shami. Can we eat millet in a lieu of rice or wheat rotis? If yes, which millet is more healthier?
Okay. Millet rice, you got to try, but roti is not always a good option. Okay, because bread is not our food. Okay. So keep the fat higher, but once in a while give a shot, no harm. But whatever breads that you're taking, if it's contain very high fiber and grains, which is okay, as long as it is not been polished too, but make sure add with fat. You see, so how are you going to add fat to save the damage of your carbohydrates? So add fat into your diet so the glycemic spike will be lower. Okay, the glycemic spike will be lower. What I do, when I feel like eating rice, the rice is our staple food. You've been eating for, since we born a little. But rice is something nice. But if you want to drop the damages in the rice, but don't do this frequently. Rice is always bad. So take with PCO, take with coconut, put the grated coconut equally with the rice, mix it together, and then eat. Okay? So weekly once or twice is fine. Then increase your walking output. That is another saver. Increase the walking output so it burns more. You see, I showed you all the pictures just now. Wow. And these guys now are all walking nothing less than 12,000, 13,000. Tell you, see what is my walking. You see, I was not able to do 10,000 steps today. It's 9,880. Why? Too busy. A lot of things to do for me today. I was not able. Yesterday, I did around 11,000 something. Okay. But when I have time, I'll do like even up to 20, 30. But you have the time, please do it. Okay. All our team, wow, they are doing like 15. Even that day, one guy said he did 30. Boom. So this is our compensation. So we are living with food now. Food around. So integrate fat with it. Be very confident with fat. Okay, I'm doing that for very long. Okay, very long. I'm doing that with fat more than 2 years already. Okay, but when we tell to people eat fat, they laugh at us. They feel so scary. Oh my God, oh my God. It's, then slowly now a lot of people are following me. So millet rice is not safe, rice is not safe, but roti either is not safe. Even sometimes people in the overseas, Pakistanis, other remote areas, they say, no, my country millets are so good. That good millet has gone down the drain like, 100 years back. So you
Okay.
can't have it back. Okay.
We will take only the three questions from the attendees. From Suja Dhanalakshmi, I will unmute her.
Oh, it's online questions, is it?
Yeah, it's an online question. Yes.
Okay.
Madam Suja, you can unmute now. Madam Suja, you can ask the question now.
அக்கா இப்ப வந்து என்ன அப்படின்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா எனக்கு அப்டமன் வந்து ஹீல் அப்டமன் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா ரொம்ப பெருசா இருக்குக்கா அதுக்கு
Okay, the next one, anyone?
Okay, we go to Rani. Okay. Rani, you can unmute now.
Maybe she also. Oh, this is no, Rani, I guess. Oh, okay. Oh, what is the question? Okay. All right. You see, this belly is something, people always ask this question. And also some ladies who, after delivery, they believe they should have a belly. They will say, this is a delivery belly. Okay, the question is, they have a cute or either a big belly. Okay, the ladies have belly. Okay, so what should they do? Okay, so my answer for that, you may have many reasons to have the belly. Okay, some guys say that it's a money belly. Some call that as beer belly. Some really call it as a belly. Then ladies, they will call it this is a pregnancy belly, and so many bellies in the market. But you have to understand only one thing. All this belly comes due to carbohydrates and sugar, not due to pregnancy, not due to all these things. You are not doing the right things in the right way. So the belly is protruding out there. Those days, our mothers, grandmothers had like 10 kids, 12 kids. They never had that kind of belly. The Malay ladies, if you go and see in that village, okay, I used to do medical camps, okay, and we have to go very deep in, remote areas. This is the Orang Aslis. And they have like 7, 8 kids, 10 kids. They never had belly. I've never seen them coming with a big belly. But the thing is, people want a reason to have a belly, So cut your carbohydrates, increase your fat, do a lot of work, smoking. Give enough time for the body to suck that belly in and out. Okay? It will definitely happen. Definitely will happen. No way. Maybe it might take 6 months or 10 months, even a year. Doesn't matter. You will start to lose loss. If you want to speed up, increase your steps based on your fitness level, and also do a little bit of stretching, stomach exercise and all. You can get all this information in the video, YouTube. What is a stomach workout? Oh, I tell you, in 10 months, 6 months, 6 to 10 months, you will be like before you got married. That is a guarantee. Okay?
Okay, doctor. I will unmute Rani. Okay, Rani, Madam Rani. Madam Rani, you can unmute now. Madam Rani, you can unmute and ask the question now. Okay, shall we go to the next question, doctor? Okay, the next will be from Myanmar, from Dao Kinma. Okay, you can unmute now and ask the question.
There's another one, Nixon, sir, Dao Chinmai.
Yes. I already asked him to unmute, but I think he can't hear. I'm not sure. Yes, he's unmute now. Yeah.
没见哪里呀？我呢呀，是那啥多啥说了，是哩那啥多啥啦？玩哩多呀啦，讲呢，路标见到啊，第一个玩多呀啦，么讲。
The question she's asking in Myanmar channel.
你呀，你感觉去话那天见的嘞，因话来见。
Any more questions? Okay, guys, if you all have learned something today, the session is good or not good, give a thumbs up, give a fire, or something like that. At least we know.
Okay, Madam Cho, your question, Madam Cho.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's go to the last question. Will be from Dakshina Murthy. Yes, sir. You can unmute now. Sir, you can unmute now. So you can unmute your questions here. Are you in the Tamil section or in English?
No, I haven't unmute. At least say unmute when you can talk. Maybe seal up the can. Okay. All right. So let's end the session.
Yes, sir. I think wrongly pressed or what?
Yeah. Okay. Let's come to the ending. My last message to everyone. Okay. Fat makes us awesome, make us live longer. So even a lot of research says high cholesterol people live longer. Okay. I've seen that in my practice. Okay. I've seen a lot of heart cases, comes with very good cholesterol, very good, awesome cholesterol, very low, So we used to scratch our head and now we know the answer for this. So enjoy. Okay. So live in a healthy life, with the accent in our hand. Definitely got no choice to be unhealthy or be sick. Okay. We are the only source to make our life awesome and better. Disease or not disease. Disease is created by us. So we have to undisease ourselves and undoctor yourself. Okay. So thank you so much. And I'd like to take this opportunity also thank all my co-hosts, Madam Parimala, Ms. Cho, and also Mr. Nixon for being in a team and make this successful. Okay. So thank you guys, everyone. Okay. Thank you for all the participants as well. So next we're going to talk about carbohydrates. Okay. So we already spoke about food. We spoke about sleep and movement. And today is about fat. It's all part of the programs. And next is the confusion on carbohydrates. Okay. So that will be a good session. So sayonara, bye-bye. And please give us a feedback of the program. Another thing is don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel.